I'm tall enough that I can grab that. But if I wasn't, these are our pull down mechanisms. They allow us to go up to a 9.5, 10-foot ceiling height and go vertical with our space. I'm then able to grab anything easily and return it, because it is a hydraulic system. Aeronautical aluminum, by the way, very light, so not steel, very reasonable in its cost, but more importantly, durable and useful. You need to have something that's useful for your team. Could you find an orange wedge in this room, Dr. Shinde?
Yep.
Dr. Huggett, could you find anesthetic? If you needed to get some impression or endo ice, could you find that? Clear, accessible inventory control. We then further improve on our control of inventory by keeping only 1 month worth of supply in this space, maybe 20% more. And that's for the unfortunate situation in which our vendors sometimes take a little bit to get to us. If you're in the city, easier. If you're out further and they may not be able to get material to you within a period of time, keep a little bit so that you're not running low. Then you get that meter. Do you all know what used to happen to us when we drove cars back in the day? We drove our car and you'd run out of gas and your friendly neighbor Eddie would drive by with his little can and he would fill your tank for you because you didn't know you were running out of gas. And then eventually we got the gauge. That's what you do here. You get the gauge, the Kanban, that allows you to know, am I low? Am I just right? Or do I have a surplus and maybe I don't need to order this for a little bit of time? You simplify the inventory process altogether. You can absolutely pull down. You just have to commit to it. So give yourself a stance. Yeah, you have to commit. There you go. Bring it down. Commit.
It is a
there you
little
go.
Scary, isn't it?
It's a little scary, but you're not going to drop anything. Wonderful. And then when you go back, do not release it. You need to take it, go with, yep, just like at the airline. Ask me how I know. I travel a lot across the country. Who travels a lot? Eddie travels a lot across the country. We travel light, right, Eddie? Most of our stuff is up. Wonderful. Counter space is clear. You guys, do you have this in your office? A clear counter space that you can? Isn't it great? Hospital grade, Corian. Does anyone have a lifting up countertop? Yeah, go ahead, get what the dealers give you. The counter lifts up because this space is steam. And if it's steam and it's hot, which it is, we're gonna get out of here shortly, you're going to have problems with your counters unless you get the right materials. We think about that and we share it with you because it's too important. Bulk storage intentionally created on the bottom, and then we're going to turn our bodies around, and as I mentioned, you run through the system. You have your trash here, you have your sink, you have a second spot for trash there. Here's what we found. Our original trash was here. We give you the option on this particular piece, which is our design and our product, to have trash where we find you need it the most, which is usually where you're wrapping and or bagging with the little tags. Slat wall allows you to go vertical and across for easy disposal of your sharps, ability to grab any wipes and gloves as you're working. Gave you a splash guard, because what's more dangerous than taking something out of your cassette area, rinsing it, or maybe grabbing an item, having that come up to you. Your sink, your dishwasher. Anyone see anything missing here? What's a typical sterilization area have? An ultrasonic. Anyone know that the ultrasonic is the #1 cause of aerosols in a dental office? Unnecessarily. So the mouth releases aerosols, but the ultrasonic releases aerosols. And most people aren't just putting the top back on this thing. So it's a hazard. So dual enzymatic, all you have to do is keep your stuff wet. Move it to your dishwasher, which is hot. That's your disinfecting level, 190 Fahrenheit, 212 is boiling. And then the one thing you have to do is your autoclave. You see how the process is improved.